Alright.
Kaleidoscope Guys.
Okay, now it's going.
So maybe like I don't know about a theme song, but an intro would be something like maybe snippets of this very conversation about the birth of our podcast. So, podcast number 1, podcast 0, I'd say. Podcast not.
Throw in the engineering aspects in there.
Yeah, we're also engineers. There's some background for you. ASMR.
That made me wildly uncomfortable. Could we please not do that
That's
again?
insane. I don't remember the first time I was exposed to that, but
I know I was. It was yesterday when you showed it to me.
Yeah, and then I had seen that pickle lady, but that was before I knew what ASMR is. Viewers, if you aren't familiar with ASMR, it's something automatic sensory mechanism.
If you don't like squirming, do not check it out because it'll make your skin crawl.
Weird, it's such a weird, unsettling feeling.
What? It's weird. The sounds. What's weirder is the people who do these ASMR things.
Yeah, it's so bizarre. You get you sit at your desk in your room, get the proper lighting, put a very high quality microphone right near your mouth.
Make sure your lips are in contact with it too.
And you just whisper and just exaggerate every sound. It's fucking weird. And then, so the one
just try to be as gross as possible is what you're telling me.
Exactly. So the one we were first exposed to, or Liam was first exposed to, was this lady eating pickles. And they were actually kosher, half sour pickles. I noticed that on the jar.
I know you did.
Yeah, so she bites this pickle, and
you can hear the whole crunch. The dullness of it's totally taking effect. It's running, the juice are splashing into the water.
Yeah, and she's just whispering all throughout it. She's whispering through the whole thing, clapping her lips smacking them, John.
She
has elongated fingernails.
Fake fingernails.
Yeah, I mean not like creepily not cut in a while.
Yeah, not like just Guinness World Record, just like aesthetic fingernails we put on.
Yeah, pretty regular for a lady. And she keeps
tapping them, rapping them.
Rapping like Edgar Allan Poe.
I don't know if you can hear that, but it's so cringe.
Exactly, and it's not just your face cringes.
It's like
from the crown of your head to the bottom of your feet.
I didn't feel that. I just felt my spine just tingle. I was so uncomfortable.
Your stomach. Yeah, everything.
It's a very visceral feeling, and I didn't like it at all.
Well, yeah, so I guess some people derive pleasure from it, and it's supposed to make you be able to go to sleep. Maybe not everybody.
I don't know if it's just me, but I can't sleep while I'm throwing up, so I don't think it worked for me.
That brings us to our next topic, I suppose. I have thrown up in my sleep. I was at my dad's house.
You spent the night heavy drinking and just threw up?
No. I was actually 8 years old.
Okay, my next question was, how old were you?
This was about a year before I started drinking. No, so...
And a year after I started. Wow.
Wow, yeah, I was a late bloomer. But I think I was 8 years old, around 3rd grade time. My sister and I were sleeping at my dad's place for the night, and there's not that much to the story other than I remember a 1 second cutout, memory-wise, of me going to the bathroom, and then I wake up the next morning, and I am literally filled in of the information that I threw up on the walls on the way to the bathroom.
Projectile, just
yeah.
Oh
and
my
I
God.
swear on my life, I do not remember, other than the second of just going to the bathroom, as if I was using going to pee. I mean, granted, this was 10 years ago, more so, but I don't remember projectile vomiting on my dad's walls.
Dude, that's the best vomit story, because you don't remember it.
You want to talk about vomit stories?
Hold on, let me just make this comment real quick.
Of course.
The worst thing about vomiting, for me at least, is vomiting itself. And just, because it's hot. You can feel it come up through your chest, and it kind of burns a little bit.
There are different
You
kinds.
can choke on it. I've never had a pleasant vomit trip. I would like to have one to see what's funny.
I think I have.
My friend actually, when she goes out to eat to like all you can eat places,
This sounds like bulimia.
kind of. So she'll eat a lot. No, that's really good. I need to keep eating more. Excuses herself, goes to the bathroom, sticks her finger down her throat,
Wow.
throws it up, then goes and eats more. I
get that, but I've never done that personally.
I've never like.
I've taken a huge dump in between meals.
Well, yeah, I think everyone has. That's a great feeling.
Yeah.
But it's different because like when you vomit, it's like when I vomit, it's hot. I choke on it. I can taste it in my mouth forever, and it just brings up feelings of me feeling like absolute garbage, and I hate that. So I'm not one that likes to, I don't know, recreationally vomit.
I've definitely had a different experience. I've always like kind of been a vomiter, in a weird way. I've always seen it as a good option to like make yourself feel better. Granted, not every time I vomit it's like half voluntary and like feels good, but it never feels good. But you feel better afterwards. But sometimes
definitely.
I've had my fair share, obviously, of like just the hot, like disgustingly tasty, or taste disgusting, like
the taste of bile in your mouth.
yeah, like you have to brush your teeth 14 times.
Yep.
Like, not a fan of that, but yeah, I've thrown up a lot in my life. Not vomit free since '93.
I was about to say that Ted Mosby vomit free since '93. Shout out How I Met Your Mother. Before like so let me back this up. I went to a bunch of my friends' place in DC. Maybe in March or April. Let's say April. Before then, I hadn't thrown up in I want to say 4 or 5 years because I hate it so much.
My sister's the same way, which is funny.
If I can go my entire life without throwing up again, would either have $1,000 or never vomit again. Never vomit again. That's how bad it is for me.
Wow.
But I obviously don't understand the concept of money too well because I just took out $1,000 for never vomiting again.
Yeah, like what if you only vomited once more in your life and you just took $1,000 pay cut to not vomit once?
Hey man, that's how much I hate it.
Fair.
What was I gonna say? But yeah, up until last April, I hadn't vomited at all. Spend one night at my friend's house. Next morning, I throw up 3 times. So, and it wasn't just like pleasant kind of vomit. It was in the bathroom, release it, let it go kind of vomiting.
Oh.
That was 3
like
times.
Pulling the trig?
Excuse me?
Like you're pulling the trigger? Like,
Not pulling the trigger. Like I would never like stick my hand down my throat, but just like it's expulsion basically.
Yeah, your body's just
yeah, and
get out of me.
Pretty much. And then a week later, I get food poisoning from the school dining hall.
Oh,
Luckily, I'm
right.
home for the night because I figured I'd go home, drive my car back to campus, and pack up after my last final. Get food poisoning from uncooked chicken, vomit 4 times that night.
7 times.
7 times in 1 week. More probably around the same time I've vomited my entire life up until
viewers,
then.
if you're
if you don't like
kind of
vomit,
if you're kind of weak on that, that's an average of 1 vomit per day for a week. This is coming from a guy who hadn't vomited in 5 years.
It's gross. I'm trying to figure out where I was going. Well, yeah, vomiting is disgusting. I vomited an average of once a day for a whole week. It was pretty ass, not gonna lie.
New Year's Eve, 2005. I distinctly remember this 23 times throwing up. I must have had food poisoning.
No, 23 times?
Yeah, in one day.
No way.
I was 7 years old.
What's the time span? Like, how many hours is this?
Probably 24 hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then it wasn't too long ago. I think it was freshman year of college. So within the last 2 years, I went with my buddy Marshall to Taco Bell. I wanted to try the naked chicken chalupa, right?
This already sounds like a disaster.
Yeah, literally, right?
Not trying to rag on Taco Bell, but we're trying to rag on Taco Bell.
That sponsorship's out the window.
It's okay, we're Chipotle guys anyway.
Yeah, get to Del Taco.
Actually, Chick-fil-A, hit us up. Please.
So, I wanted the naked chicken chalupa. We wanted it, naturally.
Let me ask you this first.
Yeah.
Are you okay with the term naked being used in your food?
Yeah. For the naked chicken chalupa, yeah. Yeah.
Alright, continue.
It's because there's typically nothing, or there's typically something.
Some dressing on the chicken. Not dressing itself, but something wrapping it.
Wrapping it, yeah. The chicken is not usually the outer layer in any form that you eat it, other than on a plate with a fork and a knife.
Wow, wait.
Or dipping it in ketchup.
I'm totally confused. What is the naked chicken chalupa then? Is the chicken the taco? Is the chicken the vehicle?
Chicken was the shell. It was the vehicle. Yeah, I know.
Wow, I know.
So I can't think of many.
I don't eat fast food, so I don't really know, but that sounds pretty disgusting. I'm gonna say that.
But you gotta try it, We were both like.
I'll take your word for it. How high were you when you went to this Taco Bell?
Ground level, not high, and it was the new one in Orange, New Jersey.
So yeah.
Already a terrible decision. Anyways, so we get there. No naked chicken chalupa.
I'm sorry to interrupt you again.
It's alright.
Did you shave today?
My face?
Yeah. Did you take the razor to it?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, I thought you were going.
Holy shit. Wait. I think my razor's still in the fucking bathroom. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks. Keep it running.
This is Jay from Jay's Hardware. Down on Main Street in West Orange, New Jersey, you can find all your hardware appliances at Jay's. We're located right in the corner of 2nd Street and 31st Street. And when you need any of your hardware appliances, let's say you are needing some plumbing, need some electrical work, we can send ourselves down there. We are Jay's Electrical Hardware Planning. And our number is 1-800-236-4476. Once again, this is Jay's from Jay's Hardware Store.
Kaleidoscope Guys. So anyway, thanks for waiting for those advertisements. We gotta keep this free somehow.
Shout out Jay's.
Thank you, Jay's. So we're going to Taco Bell. We roll up. We're in search of this naked chicken chalupa we saw on TV. We get there. We ask, 2 naked chicken chalupas, please. Sorry. That special ended. We don't sell that. That's not on the menu anymore.
Are you doing a drive-thru voice?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're looking at each other like, fuck, we gotta think fast. So you're at Taco Bell. What do you get? We're like, can we have 6 Doritos Locos Tacos, please? 3 each. I still remember going back.
That's 6 more Doritos Locos Tacos I've had in my entire existence.
They're overrated. It's a cool concept though. Very cool concept. I'll get to that later. I'll get to it now. Taco Bell is on the forefront of making new things to put tacos in.
Is that good or bad?
Of course it's good. It's an evolution of taco.
Do you think we'll ever reach a point of diminishing returns, though, where it's like, okay, you guys have done this way too often, it's starting to get gimmicky and just stop it already?
I think it's gimmicky from the start, and the fact that it's Taco Bell, they're kind of like a sacrificial lamb, where it doesn't. They're not going for Michelin stars. They are going for.
They're gonna pump out new stuff to get people in there. Probably give them food poisoning in the process. But you know what? It's all about money. It's a money machine.
We'll get there. Yeah. So I gave them my money. I went back to Marshall's house. We started eating, or he started eating his in the car. I drove back. A few minutes drive. Got back there. Went to his table. His family's there. His dad stops in and is like, "Oh, what's up, man?" I'm talking to him about these tacos. I'm like, "Yeah, these are terrible for me, but we're going for it anyway." Doritos Locos Tacos.
Good question. What time of night was this?
Like 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Maybe. It might have been earlier. I don't know.
Okay. That I should have asked the high question then, because high wouldn't go to Taco Bell till like 2 a.m.
Yeah. Exactly.
Also, at this time, were you concerned about your fitness?
I can't really remember. Probably not. No, if I'm eating Doritos Locos Tacos, probably not. So, yeah, I remember having a conversation, like, with his dad, chilling. We go back to my house where, like, we're both gonna sleep. And then we played FIFA. It was a regular night.
It always starts out that way.
Yeah. And, oh my god, it's all coming back to me now. My friend is asleep on my couch, and I was asleep for a little bit. I wake up, go to my bathroom and just yak, and then probably poop at the same time or something. And I basically spent the rest of my night doing that till the early hours of the morning.
Oh my god.
No joke. And I remember I like laid down on my bathroom floor because it got, you know, not worth it going to my bed and my bathroom back and forth.
The bathroom
And I was
floor
so weak.
is a totally underrated floor to nap on because it's usually made of tile, so it's
Porcelain,
always
yeah.
pretty
Oh,
cold.
that's
And when you're yakking, you're probably sweating a little bit, probably a little hot.
Yeah.
Totally cools you down. Very underrated floor tile, but
That also
shout out
reminds
bathroom
me,
floor tiles. Thank
a year prior to that, I got food poisoning
you. You've had a lot of food poisoning, haven't you?
3 times in almost 20 years.
Once in 20
Not
years.
too bad.
Once in 20 years. You're trouble line. No, I'm saying this is bad.
Yeah. So, senior year of high school, I just wasn't feeling good, right? And really not good. Thinking back, I feel like I felt gray, you know,
Ew.
with a little dashes of yellow, maybe.
Like SpongeBob when he's feeling sick.
Yeah, I had the suds.
The suds,
like that,
yes.
Like gray with splashes of a jaundice yellow, not a Here Comes the Sun French's yellow,
Mellow
mustard
yellow.
yellow.
Okay.
Like a very
Like
bleak,
moldy yellow.
a bleak yellow, yes.
It's kind of like the lighting you find in residence halls.
Yeah, or trying to think what movie, whatever. Anyway, yeah,
Some dull yellows. Okay.
dull yellow, terrible.
But like fingernails on smokers, that kind of yellow.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, very
Painting
jaundiced.
a mental picture for you right now.
Yeah, so that's the aura I had.
Ugh.
Yeah. So I'm sitting in biology class, and I just can't take it anymore. I go like, oh, can I go to the nurse, please? And I make my way down to the nurse, get into the bathroom, and I remember the second I was just like, can I go to the bathroom instead of signing in or whatever? The second I like got down on my knee and just right in there, and then I like cleaned it up. It made it in the bowl, but like there was some
Residual vomit. Yeah.
splashing. Yeah, sprayed like the Lysol and shit. Walked out and said like, can I please have a pass to go home? And then, actually, that's not true. I think I was like, I'm not feeling good. I might be back or some shit. But I remember I felt better for a second, or for the time being, because that's what vomiting usually does. I felt a little better. So I don't think I went back to biology class, but I did go back for last period to Drabics class because I figured we don't do anything in that class really. It's always interesting.
You probably watch a video.
I'm
or
feeling
movie or
fine. I
something.
can shut my brain off for a little bit and then go home for the day. I'm in the middle of Drabics class, and then I have to take a poop. Now I just have like diarrhea.
Steamy diarrhea. Yeah.
I go into the bathroom right across the hall there. I get in there. I take like a fat dump, but it's like
It's just out and about, like a quick trigger release kind of guy.
quick trigger release.
Like someone just like turn the valve on, turn it off.
Yeah.
Alright.
And then I do that, and then probably, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. This is like a few years back. Who knows these details, but I get back, and then I go right back across the hall, and I throw up again.
Oh.
Yeah, and now I'm like, ooh, this is not good. But this is last period, so 10 minutes go by, I'm hanging in there, I'm probably all clammy and sweaty, more so than usual. Very pale, I bet.
You are very clammy. That's how we met.
Yeah, literally. And then I get in my car, and I'm going home, and halfway through my drive home, I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to shit my pants. I think I'm going to shit my pants. And just the closer and closer I get to home, I'm like, this isn't going to be good. I don't know if I can make it, So, like, I'm going through, like, late yellow lights, like, probably made an illegal left turn or some shit. Probably didn't, but, that's where my mind was at. And I get home, I don't bring my backpack or anything.
It's just
I don't
dead
even
sprint.
I don't go in my parking space. I live in a condo community, and they're like parking spaces, or you can just kind of like pull up to your door. I went right to my door, shut my car off, left my backpack in my car, left everything, waddled up, and I live up like 16 steps. And like I opened the door as fast as I could, went to the bathroom in my house, and here was the power move. I sat on the toilet and also grabbed the little garbage can and put it right in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And before I know it,
Double action release. Yeah.
double action both ends. Yeah.
Oh.
It was awful.
Remember that episode How I Met Your Mother where Lily gets food poisoning and Marsha has to do the interview. You never say what it is when you have stomach problems. It's just always under the weather.
Like, no, sometimes you have to let people know, like,
it's coming out of both ends like a hydrant.
yeah, I always think about that. Like, if I can't make something, I'll be like, yeah, I have terrible diarrhea. I have no shame in that. Like, everybody gets diarrhea.
It's just coming out, guys. It doesn't smell good either. That actually reminds me. Once I was this is a summer vacation with my family, Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. It was a big outdoors trip. We went whitewater rafting with like this group, and that morning, we set up like a few weeks in advance. We were getting a whitewater rafting on this day. Wake up that morning, I'm just not feeling great. Wake up morning, it's like today's just not my day. Stomach's feeling a little weird, slight headache, but it's like I've never gone whitewater rafting. I really wanted to go. So we go there. It's only about maybe 20 minutes from where we're staying. Get our rafts, everything, get our helmets, get all of our paddles too, and we launch from the launching point, and on the water I'm just like, and you're on a boat, you're just constantly like up and down, kind of like rocking back and forth. I'm like, oh, this isn't feeling good. My stomach's just like doing somersaults at this point. And and there's only break behind there for lunch, like a half hour. And
turkey sandwich?
I think it was hot dogs, actually, so not great for your stomach.
Some
dogs. And when you get that feeling, you got shit, and your anus just starts to warm up, and it's like, starts to get a little on fire. I had that at lunch.
The foreplay.
The foreplay, basically.
Yeah,
like the tickling sensation. I had that at lunch, and I'm like, my parents are like, "How you feeling?" Like, I feel like crap. I need to go back to the room. And we started asking the guys, like, "Hey, like he's not feeling great. Is there anything we can do?" He's like, "Not really. You guys gotta finish the raft. Then once you finish, we have a bus that takes you back to where you guys parked, and from then you can go home." And I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking make it. And there's like porta potties, but at the time, when I was young, I'm still a big germaphobe, but at this time, I was maybe like 16. I had never used a public restroom to take a dump before, and I was not gonna use a porta potty. Times have changed, people. Times have definitely changed, but so I finished lunch, dying on the raft. Luckily, it wasn't super hard, so it's like you can kind of get through. It wasn't like anything bad was I was gonna like either go overboard or shit my pants on the raft. So it wasn't anything like that. But from the time we get from lunch to we finish, probably 2 hours have gone by, and slowly I'm just getting to a point where it's like this could explode at any minute.
You're very volatile.
Very volatile, incredibly volatile. Get on a bus to head back to the place. Probably it's only like no traffic, smooth breeze. Should be 10 minutes. There is an insane amount of traffic, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm sitting on the bus on this little raft that I have. Like, no, my life jacket. So sit on your life jackets. I'm sitting there. I'm thinking, it's over. And the bus, like it's a school bus, it's a yellow school bus, has to climb this gigantic hill, and it's like chugging up. Gravity's totally working against us right now. It's chugging up the hill, and it starts to steam. The engine's like steaming, and the bus driver literally pulls over the side of the road. I'm thinking, oh my god, this is the worst day of my life. And I mentioned that tickling sensation in your butt. Yeah. It got to the point where it was basically numb. So I was sitting there on the bus thinking, I could be shitting right now, and I have no idea. I will only know if I start to smell something.
Or see
or see something coming down my leg.
Oh my god.
And I'm just sitting on the bus praying, saying, please don't happen, please don't happen. Finally, maybe after a half hour on this bus, get back to where my car is, hop in my car. My dad, I love my dad for this, shoots it all the way back to our hotel. Get to our hotel. I sprinted up those stairs and dove into my bathroom faster than probably Usain Bolt did in his 100-meter dash.
Holy shit.
I set a land speed record for that.
9.8 seconds?
I thought it was 9.81.
Yeah,
Something like that.
You beat that?
I beat that. And then I was on the bowl 50 minutes. 15 minutes. And it was one of those where like, I don't remember for a while, took all my clothes off. I took all my clothes off, had my phone on me luckily, and I was looking at memes for the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's my happy place.
It really is. It's the savior. But actually, I think I've got a shit story that might be worse than that.
Really? I got a quick one to fill.
Okay. Let me recharge my lungs real quick.
Yeah, exactly. Give my man Liam a break. It's a really quick hitter. I was going up to a game at Fenway, Boston, Massachusetts, with my father. I think I was in 8th grade, and we were at a hotel in Framingham, Massachusetts.
Oh, Framingham? That's where Wellesley is, I think.
Oh, dude. About a half hour outside the city, maybe.
Yeah.
And we get to this hotel. First thing I do when I get there is like, oh, I gotta take a shit. So I take a shit, and I clog the toilet.
Wait, in a hotel?
Yeah.
They had the industrial plumbing for that?
I don't know.
Damn.
I clogged the toilet, and immediately, like, it was we hadn't unpacked.
So you put your bags down. It's like, oh, use the bathroom. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's clogged.
And my dad came and was like, I didn't say anything at first, I think, and he was like, oh. So we went down to the front desk and we were like, there's a problem with the toilet. And then switched rooms.
Some slob totally clogged before we even checked in. Yeah, either a maid or the last person who used this blew it up. Oh my god. Honestly, there's no better feeling and no worse feeling than clogging your toilet.
It depends whose toilet you're on.
Yeah.
I remember,
dude, imagine being
toilet used to be right off the
living room. Yeah.
Chilled, so like, you can fucking smell. Scott used to take these big shits and walk out into the living room. We all smelled it.
Dude, one of my biggest fears is if you ever go to a girl's house, say, can I use your toilet? And you just come out all sweaty, totally blown up. So, like at a Dumb and Dumber.
Along Came Polly.
Or Dumb and Dumber. One of those situations. I would not be able to look that woman in the face for the rest of my life.
If it's the right woman,
that's a good
problem. It's like, my shit's all over the floor.
All over the floor.
So it's coming into a stream. It's gonna be in the kitchen.
I think that's my problem, man. I'm talking to too many girls. I need myself a woman.
There you go.
All right, let me tell this shit story. It's a shit storm of shit story. So, 2 summers ago, I worked at a ropes course in my hometown.
Treetop
Adventure course. Shout out Essex County. And their jobs basically rotate. So you could be the guys that gives you the equipment by the law, not by law, but by our rules. We have to put it on you, take it off of you. You can explain the rules to people, or you could be up in the trees, basically being a guide, helping people throughout the course so they get scared. So for that day, I was working down at the shed where we put the equipment on people and take them off. So these 2 girls come up. One's probably 12, other one's probably 8, probably sisters. And the 12-year-old's telling the 8-year-old, oh, come on, we gotta do this. Mom already paid for it. And the 8-year-old's like kind of crying. It's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. 12-year-old's going, it's no big deal. We'll be perfectly fine. We're attached to these cables. Nothing's going to happen. After me like 5-7 minutes of coaxing her sister, the 8-year-old finally goes, all right, fine, we'll do it. Put the equipment on them. Nothing's really noteworthy of that. They send them up in the trees. Please stop doing ASMR. I might lose it.
Let me get my pickles. Continue.
All right, so maybe like an hour later. It was a very busy day actually. It was busy and it was hot, but like an hour later, we were expecting this giant group of girls to come in because the ropes course is connected to the ice skating rink, and the ice skating rink has a synchronized ice skating team, and one of their team bonding activities for that year was to go do the ropes course together. So probably about 40 girls come in, all 17, 8-year-old girls come in. It's going to be a really big thing. We had to clear out space in the day for this to happen, and they're going to take up the rest of our equipment. They're going to be up there for like 2 to 3 hours. So right as they're walking up, we see them coming. The 2 girls come back And it's no big deal. We go take their equipment off. We ask, how was it? Like, the 8-year-old goes, oh, it was a lot of fun. 12-year-old's like, yeah, it was cool. I take the stuff off the 8-year-old, her harness and her helmet, put them in the shed. I go to take the helmet off of the 12-year-old.
The one who was playing it all cool before.
The one who was playing it cool and was saying, oh, we gotta do this. Like, she was the leader.
Big 12-year-old here.
Pretty much. And I take her helmet off, and I toss it in our bin. I go take her harness off. She says, oh, no, it's okay, I got it. And other people this time started coming down, so I got to deal with them. So I was like, okay, that's no big deal.
Oh my God.
She takes her harness off. When she takes her harness off, hands it to me. I'm like, all right, see you later. As I go and put it in the shed to hang it up. As I turn around, the 12-year-old is walking away now. She was wearing white shorts when the day started. Her shorts in the back were brown. There was shit running down her leg. And I'm like, oh my God, this little girl just shit herself. And then I take a closer look at my hand. I had shit all over my hand because she shit on her harness, she shit on her helmet, and didn't warn anyone. Didn't warn a single soul, except the minor little, oh, I can take my harness off because you fucking shit all over it. Then you hand it to me. And I get shit on my human fecal matters on my hand, and I almost faint because I catch a whiff of it. Oh, it was.
Now it's real.
Now it's real.
You're not watching a movie.
No, this is real life happening. I have a little girl's shit on my hand.
A stranger.
I have to go. I'm like, oh my God, that girl just shit herself. I'm with my friends in the work in the shed. We turn around. There's shit on the walls because the harness has shit on it too. And we had basically called, it was like a state of emergency at Treetops. People had to come down off the course, we had to lower people down.
Like when someone shits in the pool.
Pretty much. They had to hose down the course. Someone pretty much just said, Bertha, get the hose. They had to hose everything down. And this giant group of ice skaters that came up were just chilling, waiting for like a half hour. And they're like, what's going on? It was like, oh, no, we just had to prepare the course, you guys. It's no big deal. So we basically state of emergencies taken care of.
Treetop is under the weather.
Treetop's under the weather.
So to speak.
State of emergencies taken care of. The girls finally start going up, the ice skaters. All 39 of the 40 go up except for one who decided to hang out. And there's two more parts of the story. One, I put a helmet on a girl after you cleaned everything and tell her, oh, you're good to go. As she's walking away. There's still some shit left on the helmet. Did I say anything? It's not my job. It's not my problem anymore. I've got shit on my hands.
Yeah.
I've done my fair share of work here.
Dude, I would have gone home for the day.
I should have gone home.
Would have walked out and gone.
Yeah,
home
I said
because,
this is ridiculous.
I would have looked my manager in the eye and said, "Can I go?"
Yeah.
You know, like
dude, this is it.
Poop on my hand.
Yeah.
Like it's no joke.
I'm going. Not even can I go home. It's Rel. I'm
going.
going home.
Yeah.
We're going.
There's poop on my hands.
But there's one last part to the story. There's one girl who didn't go up. She was sitting on the bench. I didn't know this at the time because I was too busy dealing with the shit. The girls didn't leave immediately. They sat down on the benches for a little bit. And then they left. And I see the girl sit down. She goes, what the fuck? Stands up. She sat in the other girl's shit.
She sat in it?
She sat in it.
Oh.
It wasn't a whole lot. It was a little bit of shit. And so it goes, oh my God, what is this? Luckily, someone else handled it. It's like, oh no, that's not this. It's definitely not this. They handled it, but it's still like, oh, this one 12-year-old girl destroyed Treetops for one day and destroyed part of my soul for an entire eternity.
Oh my God.
That's why I didn't go back, because it's a literal shitstorm there.
It's a shitstorm. That is disgusting. I think that's how HIV came about. Not that story, but something to do with
HIV,
shit
the
and chimps, and Treetop Adventure.
Yeah, the AIDS epidemic was in the 90s. We're talking about 2016 here.
Nah, we could
2017.
cut that out of the podcast.
The HIV AIDS epidemic?
Yeah. Nobody wants to hear that.
But if you have HIV out there, we love and respect you. Best of luck. Shout out Magic.
Seriously.
We love you, Magic.
Johnson, yeah. LeBron, moving to LA. So let's move into one of our staple segments. You guys know and love it. Just kidding. It's the first podcast. We're gonna just pick a movie and a classic movie we can all relate to, and just kind of spout off the funny references. So today's gonna be School of Rock, because quite honestly, I was watching YouTube clips of it right before this.
All right, you want to go first?
No, I don't. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
All right.
Let's see what you pull.
Your son is very skilled.
You're a fat loser with body odor. Oh, stick with Lawrence. Yeah.
Stick with Lawrence on this one. Let's find another one. You're tacky and I hate you.
Oh, now raise your pick like the goblet of rock. So, raise your goblet of rock.
Okay, let me see if I got one here.
No, you're not hardcore. You're not hardcore. Unless you live hardcore. You live hardcore.
A double take on that one. All right, let's see what I got.
There are no rules.
There's no rules. Put your shirt back on. There's one rule. All right. Because the world is run by the man. The who? The man? You know the man? Miss Mullins, she's the man.
Hey, Miss Mullins, you're the man. Oh, thank you, Freddie.
Oh, thank you, Frankie.
Frankie. Freddie's the drummer.
Freddie is the drummer.
They have a rare genetic blood disease.
It's meiosis. It's terminal. Oh God, look at them. As Frankie drops dead on the ground.
In the end of time,
there was a man who knew the road,
and the writing
was written on the stone. Chimes, Freddie.
In the ancient times, there was a man who knew the way, and no one
seemed to understand. In his heart he knew the artist must be true, and the legend of the rent was way past due.
Zach is where you coming with a face melter. Oh no,
No,
that's the bass.
the bass player.
Oh, okay, so that's, I don't know the bass player's name. It's come in with a little bass riff.
When you think you'll be just fine without me, but you're mine.
How can you get me out of what is mine?
I probably got spit up right now. Please take this.
No, of course. So then, Zach, you come in with a face melter. Alright. We've hit a stall. Maybe another time for another commercial break. Hi. Are you struggling with erectile dysfunction?
I am actually. That's why I take fucking whatever it's called.
Why don't you search for a prescription for Cialis?
Is it Cialis?
Dick pills you can count on.
Did you know the actual scientific term for Cialis is my cock's a flopping?
Fuck you. Cock's not a flopping.
My cock's rock hard.
Cock's a rock hard, but good to Oh,
When you're rock hardcore. When you are rock hardcore.
So the School of Rock was, it was an okay start.
I haven't watched it in a few years. But
I haven't watched it in a
10,
while.
Top 20 movie for me for sure. Top 20.
Definitely top 20. I actually have a list of my, that's songs, I'm sorry.
I got a list of top 10 movies. You want to go down with some another
We
time.
gotta save stuff for other casts.
I just said we could save it for another time. God damn it.
We should write our ideas down though. I think you could, if you keep up with this series, you could expect something like Borat. Step Brothers is very quotable. One of my all-time favorites, Good Will Hunting. It's not really a comedy, but
it's got a lot of good lines.
Got a lot of good lines.
You know, I used to say 'em.
A lot of Boston
every
accents.
Hour, every single day.
You
it's
know,
not
like
Good Will Hunting. It's The Dark Knight. It's not The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight might be up there. Like The Joker. Great lines from him. A lot of monologues. So yeah.
He never really quotes Alfred from that movie. You got a few good quotes. Lines.
Alfred Pennyworth, yeah, he's good.
I think his best lines from Batman Begins though. What's the point of all those bloody push-ups? You
can't lift a bloody log. Yeah. We gotta think of more segments. Maybe since there aren't that many of them, we could literally choose an episode of Rick and Morty, and maybe just summarize it. and then
That would take
give
an
our
hour and a
thoughts.
half. That would take an hour and a half to summarize a 27-minute show. That's how good it is.
All right, well, we'll condense it. We'll do what we can in. That'll add to it. We'll do it in 4 minutes.
All right. I've actually heard someone describe an episode of Rick and Morty as an entire season of CW's The Flash, and it is entirely true.
Fuck that.
That's how bad The Flash is now, and how good Rick and Morty is.
I think that's a good. Segment pitch.
That's a good segment.
And
like, what other segments we do? Like just top 3 things that fill a weird category for today.
yeah, Barstool did something like that.
Oh, that's yeah. It's like
The Mount Rushmore of whatever. I mean, fuck Barstool though. Who do they think they are?
They constantly rag on LeBron. And I know it's not because they think that. They
Yeah.
say it because like, oh, if we say this, someone's gonna see it.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, these guys.
They have a hive mindset.
Yeah.
At times. And by the way, I hope you're listening. Probably not, because we're nobodies. And
Fuck you, Skip Bayless. Hope you're listening.
Yeah, him. But Dave Portnoy, man, I'm sure you're a good enough guy. I like Barstool. I respect like the empire you've built. I don't think you're very funny personally. I think like I just don't derive humor from your content.
Yeah.
PMT is great.
You're
I
just
like
the
Pardon My
kingpin.
Take. Yeah, you're the kingpin. You've done a dynamite job. Stay off the airwaves.
We love and respect that area, Barstool, but
Yeah, and
if I never saw a Dave Portnoy video again, would I be upset? No.
yeah, and I think on the topic of hating LeBron, I think your review of Blaze Pizza was utterly unacceptable. It's kind of good, and it's cheap as shit. On Pi Day, March 14th, I actually got a full Blaze Pizza for $3.14. Went with one of my friends, got Blaze Pizza, $3.14.
For a college
Can't
grad,
beat it.
That's almost as good as free.
Good as free. And free and delicious, not almost free and worthless like you might think. And we know it's just because LeBron, you didn't even take a bite. Not open-minded, but, you've done a great job with your empire. You're an amazing businessman. My humor has evolved because of Barstool, but I don't think you're that funny.
Can I have one comment on that?
Absolutely. This isn't the Brian show.
He says one bite, then he eats the entire thing. It usually takes him an average of 3 or 4
Oh, that
bites.
too. It one bite, everyone knows the rules. Is that a joke? It must be. It must be.
If it is a joke, that just really proves that you're not that funny.
All right. All out attack on Dave Portnoy. We're gonna be like those schmucks that like somehow he catches wind of this and just fucking comes after us, or he'll respect it. I don't know. He'll be like, I don't know who the fuck you guys are. You're nobodies. You're
just like your father.
You fired fuck.
You fired fuck.
Classic.
I wonder if we're actually getting a little ahead of ourselves, thinking that maybe one day Dave Portnoy might catch a whiff of these 2 idiots out on the airwaves.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I'd tell my dad about it. I would tell my dad about that for sure.
Yeah.
I'd call my dad up.
Nah, but for the time being, we're definitely nobodies. I think
I've been nobody my whole life.
hopefully that's the last time his name's in our mouth. Or we could make it a segment. Maybe we could just make a segment
I like that.
trashing yet also respecting Dave Portnoy.
That's how X got his start.
X.
Saying Drake ripped him off.
That's true, but Barstool definitely didn't rip us off.
Well, no, it's not.
Just throwing down
it's
a
just
big
like,
gusto-y name.
You're just throwing down the gauntlet so hard, so often. Maybe someone catches one of it and they're like, "Oh man, these guys are going off for pretty much no reason."
I don't want to be known for that. I want to be known for maybe it's the easy way, not the way I want to take.
I want to be known for our witty intellect.
I want to be known for
stories.
our cheekiness, our poop and vomit stories. Our segments of that's a good deal. Hello, my name is Bo. All right, we have to save that for another time.
And the insane amount of ligma and sugandis jokes.
A lot of ligma and sugandis.
I still don't know what sugandis means.
There's sugandis nuts.
I don't get it.
Suck on these nuts. Sugandis.
Ligma's way better.
It is.
We're in Camp Ligma anyway. This is Camp Ligma.
This is Camp Ligma.
This is our Camp David, except it's Camp Ligma.
So, I think that's good enough for tonight, right? We gotta hit the hay. We have so many ideas that we can't just keep babbling into the podcast, the first one.
I'll say this though.
We need to give people something to come back for.
I'll say this though. If the way to start off was kind of just like one idea and it kind of bloomed down to different directions for it, that's the easiest way conversations ever get started.
Dude, I gotta say, we haven't listened to this yet.
I want the sound quality.
The flow, it's
but
gotta be awful. But the flow, I think we knocked it out of the park.
only 1 or 2 hiccups. That's about it.
Yeah. Let's point out the hiccups. Oh, maybe we could do that. That's another segment. That's always the closing segment. We point out our hiccups, and we try to improve on them.
Or I was like, this is just spitballing. You can edit out the hiccups, but at the very end, you kind of just play the hiccups real quick.
Oh.
And it's like, this is what happened, but we just kind of edit it out, and it's, I don't know.
True,
Kind of like that. It's not like a dead air thing.
people are taking their time to listen to this. So you don't want to fill it with, yeah. Well, nobody is technically listening
no one's
yet,
listened to this yet.
but we'll see. Let's point out the hiccups. Just now was one, for instance.
So like a dead air hiccup.
Some dead air.
One, you had to check on your razor.
No, but you really pulled it out of your butt there. You did the J's advertisement. No, you had a full phone number and everything. Yeah, so I wouldn't.
Jay's.
I wouldn't.
Shop at Jay's Harbor.
I wouldn't call that a
2nd
hiccup
and 32nd
at all.
Street, West Orange, New Jersey.
I would definitely not call that a hiccup. A hiccup was when you had to go out there, and I tried doing some stupid dick pill ad. I just couldn't hang with you on that one. You know.
I just have a good idea for a skit. Remember that time last year in your
Oh.
car?
Yeah. Oh.
And we kind of just like, I picked up the pepper store.
Oh
And we
my
kind of
goodness,
back
yeah.
and like improv that entire thing.
That was beast.
Those can go on for kind of a while.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
So, all right. So we'll wrap this first one up. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for bearing through this. I'm sure it was dreadful. It'll only.
Cringe. We watch this.
Yeah.
At later dates. Like, oh my God.
I think it'll be like the time of our life, man. But anyway, thank you guys for listening. It's really only uphill from here. This was our first time. Like, we're literally sitting in our room, like, just shooting the shit, talking, recording us talking, basically.
Grant's had his shirt off the entire
I've had my
time.
shirt off the whole time. Gets my creative juices flowing. All right, we really have to wrap this up. So
I got a 950.
yeah. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys. This has been Kaleidoscope Guys with Brian and
Young Toasty.
his name's Liam. As y'all know. But thank you guys. Till next time. Cheers. Go with Kaleidoscope.